Back down to earth, Spurs fans. Honestly, I've never known such a tale of two halves. And I mentioned this recently in the Manchester United video because against Manchester United, we were solid in both halves. But we've reverted to type again, haven't we? We've gone full Spursy. I'm absolutely fuming at that result. And everyone knows I'm a massive fan of Ange Postecoglou, this team and the style of football we play. But what on earth has happened against Brighton and Hove Albion? 2-0 up. And we go on to lose 3-2. It's embarrassing. It's pathetic. It's just absolutely not good enough at this level if we want to be successful. You know, we've had a really good run the last few games, but we've gone to the South Coast and absolutely bottled it like we do year in, year out usually. I'm absolutely bewildered of what has happened there. It's absolutely shocking. But before I go any further, if you are new to the Sonny Talk Spurs YouTube channel and you're finding me for the first time, then go down below in the comment section. Let me know what you made of that game because I'm absolutely perplexed. Leave a like if you are enjoying it and also subscribe and hit that notification bell. It lets you know when I've gone live, and I would love you to join me on this Tottenham Hotspur journey, which is like a roller coaster. It's so up and down. I wish we could play Manchester United every week because we can free flow. But against Brighton, who we knew were going to play similar to us, it was. I still can't get it. I'm going to have to look at the stats to really get a true reflection on what happened in that game because it was absolutely jaw-dropping. I mean, it was quite even. We edged the possession 60-40. We had 13 shots, but only 3 on target. I mean, that's not good enough. I can't remember a really good chance apart from Destiny Udogie's shot in the second half. But, I mean, you look at Brighton, 11 shots, 4 on target. It weren't far off, but they knew how to get back into the game, didn't they? And we started so solid, you know, really good first half, controlling, really on the front foot. We obviously had a goal disallowed for offside, which was so narrow of a margin against Pedro Porro, but it's offside. It's the rules, that's the law. And then we end up going 1-0 in front. Brennan Johnson on fine form, 6 goals in 6 games. He's been absolutely electric. Such a good move as well from Solank, and Brennan Johnson taps home, and we make it 2-0 soon after that through James Maddison. A lovely worked Ange style goal all the way from the goal kick up into Werner, who assisted James Maddison. I mean, Bart Verbruggen in the Brighton goal probably should be doing better. 2-0 half-time, hunky-dory, all rosy in the Ange Postecoglou Spurs garden. And I don't know what's happened at half-time. I don't know if he sort of like has said, take your foot off the gas or whatever. Ahead of an international break, never trust Spurs. They will ruin your next couple of weeks. And we came out in the second half and looked like an absolutely different outfit, didn't we? An absolute Spursy outfit. Just second to the balls, not really the same tempo. It's like we left it all out there in the first half. And if it was a 45-minute game, we would have had all 3 points. But again, not good enough. I still can't get my head around why this has happened. Maybe it is that Ange Ball style that we put it all out there in the first half. We've obviously had an extra game over Brighton playing Thursday in the Europa League. But not many of the players played in that game. You know, it was quite a rotated heavily side. I don't know if they travel. I sound like I'm just making excuses for myself now. But that's not good enough, and you can understand why Ange Postecoglou faces criticism when this has happened in a game. He looked as perplexed as I did sitting in my armchair. He did on the touchline. So I just don't know what has happened. I mean, you look at all 3 goals. You start with, obviously, the one that got Brighton back into the game, and it's poor from Destiny Udogie. I think Destiny Udogie is having a really hard time for Spurs at full-back. I think he's playing a lot of games. It shows that we could have maybe done with another full-back, or Jed Spence maybe being in that Europa League squad to help him out a little bit. You know, obviously he played that extra game a couple of weeks ago against Karabag. You know, he's playing a lot of minutes, which has not been good. His mistakes swiping at the ball, not clearing it properly, and Minteh scores, puts it in the back of the net for Brighton, and you could sort of see how the game was changing. The Brighton momentum, the crowd were absolutely silent in the first half and just were awoken by this comeback. The second goal as well, I mean, Kaoru Mitoma, we could do with a winger like him instead of Timo Werner. Timo Werner actually before then. What's the point? what is the point? It's like you're playing with 10 men. He's not offering anything. I know he got the assist, but you might as well just start Mikey Moore out there. He's just pointless. We really could do with Son being back, hopefully after the international break. He's not meant to be playing with Korea, which is quite good. But yeah, Kaoru Mitoma looked absolutely fantastic. And Georginio Rutter made it 2-2. Really good finish again from the Dutchman, I believe, is where he hails from. But you just knew it. You know, those 2 goals were separated by 10 minutes. Did not wake us up at all. We did not have any good, solid efforts to really get back into the game. You sort of knew when it went 3-2, that was it. That was the game sewn up. Danny Welbeck's goal as well. What is Vicario doing? I've been on the fence about Vicario lately because he has pulled off some really good saves and had some moments, but then he got criticised for his, collection from corners and stuff like that. But it's like he's a FIFA goalkeeper. He just he's on his front post and then he just moves so slowly and the ball's already gone past him as he's diving. I just don't know. I mean, Ange, I can imagine, obviously I'm recording this straight after full time, so I haven't heard his full-time thoughts, but I can imagine him being as shocked as we all are at that. But he's got to take some accountability for these moments. I've seen, Eric Ten Hag gets rinsed by, the media for his, actions with Manchester United over the players. It's both parties, isn't it? Sometimes it is on the players and it is on the manager. But I just don't know what the game plan was here. The backside fell out of us. We reverted to type. This is why Spurs aren't taken seriously, why we won't win trophies, why we won't move up the footballing ladder. I'm just frustrated because obviously those of you who are long-time subscribers on this channel, but if you're new, I'll let you know I am a massive fan of Ange Postecoglou. I want him to succeed at the club. I want him to be backed. But today shows instances where you're like, can we be playing this football and is it going to be successful? When you see moments like this, we went to Brighton last year, didn't we? Lost 4-2, and the game rung some similarities, but it was sort of flipped on its head. We ended that game well, but Brighton just blew us away. Fabian Hürzeler, 31 years old, and he's made Ange Postecoglou look like a bit of a fool today with the way he's managed that game. And, Brighton's style's been compared to us. They similarly have a higher line, they like to press, but we just didn't know what to do in that second half. I just don't understand. You're going to have to let me know in the comments. What went wrong? Did Brighton change up the way they were playing against us? Did they learn how to sort of combat our press and, play out? But yeah, absolutely shocking turn of events at the Amex. And it doesn't get easier for us, does it? I think we've got West Ham after the international break. They've just come off a win. So it's just not ideal whatsoever. Dominic Solank today, struggling. Just not in the game whatsoever as it went on. He was good for the assist, but apart from that, he wasn't getting any service. Timo Werner, as I've mentioned, pretty poor on that left-hand side. Right-hand side, Brennan Johnson, he scored the goal, but didn't see much of him after that. Kulusevski, I've praised him in recent weeks, but I don't know what happened there in the game. Benson Core again, dispossessed a lot. James Maddison looked good in the first half, but they just all fell off. The defenders, I don't know how they're not stopping these crosses. Very, very worrying. And the substitutes, I think Ange made the double switch of Basuma and Sarr too late. He's seen the midfield battles being lost. It's the 75th minute and we're 3-2 down. Do that earlier if you think that's the situation. Mikey Moore came on too late. And for Maddison, why is Timo Werner still out there? Shouldn't be out there in the first place, but he's still getting a chance. It's just absolutely unfathomable. And I'm just left in an utter state of disbelief. But I think that's enough ramblings from a madman from myself today. You're just going to, as I say, let me know in the comments down below. What on earth has just happened there? What have I witnessed? It's very raw, so I'm still very confused. I'm going to have to watch the Sky Sports recap and see what they made of it. But I can imagine fans, rival fans, are going to be saying, this is it now. Look, this is Spurs. What do we expect? And not actually analysing the game for what it is. But yeah, that's enough from me. I'm going to go and have a lay down because my head's banging after that. But if you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you all next time for a video where... what am I going to talk about? We'll see then. Bye.